Wardens and members of the Worshipful Company of Plasterers. Today, I should have been making my speech in our stunning hall, having consumed a sumptuous dinner and perhaps indulged in the odd glass of champagne. Instead, I am now in a rearranged mott room in front of a video link screen with only the clerk for company. Meanwhile, those who have attended our robing today are socially distanced from me, from themselves, and they are in our hall watching me and you on their video link with hopefully a drink in hand. So for the sake of my sanity and to prove I'm not speaking to myself, before I begin, just make sure you're muted, and I know you are. Give me a wave and then I'll start. This has been a very special day for me, and I will tell you why. Our robing ceremony is the premier event in our livery calendar. It's about legacy, progression, continuity, and the future. It is a closed ceremony in which we plasterers meet in fellowship to witness the admission of officers to lead and guide us, and to install liverymen, freemen, and apprentices to energize and strengthen us. For the newly elected officers, it reinforces responsibility of office. For new members, it reinforces the ethos of the company. And for all members, it cements the bonds that unite us. It is a proud and rewarding experience. In this year of pandemic and lockdown, it's not been possible for us to meet in our hall for the robing ceremony. This is a sad disappointment to all those deprived of our full robing experience. It's a credit to our clerk, the clerk emeritus, and the assistant clerk that we were able to conduct a form of robing ceremony from our hall in the presence of a limited number of people, whilst members have joined in on Zoom. In this contactless world, I want to thank our chaplain, Charles Taylor, for lifting our spirits, warming our hearts, and nourishing our souls with his thoughts, words, and prayers today. We were sorely in need of it. Today's robing will indeed be remembered for the fact that we made a virtue out of the virtual. For those new members not here in person today, there will be an occasion in the future when we will all meet in fellowship, and our freemen will receive their certificates and our new liverymen will be robed. This is one of the proudest days in my life, and I am pleased that I have experienced it in person here today. I'm proud to be master of this ancient livery company with its long and distinguished history, a legacy which is currently in our safekeeping. I'm proud of being its third lady master in 8 years, following past Master D. Bradshaw in 2013 and Deputy Master Alison in 2019. I'm proud that Graham Withers, who proposed me as a liveryman in 2009, today celebrates 50 years as a liveryman of this company. I am the proud master of Casey Foster, who was admitted as a freeman of the company today, having served as my apprentice for 5 years. I am proud of the quantity, quality, and the diversity of our new members today. I'm also proud that my first duties as master was to appoint and pay tribute to the new clerk emeritus and the new deputy master, and to welcome our new clerk. I'm delighted now to repeat the tributes to Nigel and to Alison. When Alison was installed as our master last year, it was not in her contemplation that her year would be shortened so cruelly by a pandemic. She has valiantly kept her year and our spirits alive by her blogs, Twitter account, articles in our newsletter, and her briefings. And of course, throughout, she has continued to publicise and sell her book, The City of London, Who, What, Why, for her charity, the Museum of London. She has mobilised us all on Zoom to participate in the excellent GIPSARS and Dorbers seminars, but let us not forget that up until lockdown, she experienced a normal livery year and performed her role as our master consummately and with absolute dedication. She never lost an opportunity of marketing our company in the best possible light, and she has been steadfast in promoting the City of London Corporation and diversity within the livery as a whole. She has left us with a fabulous photo trail of her year and a work ethic that will be impossible to emulate. Alison, on behalf of the entire company, I thank you, and it was an honour today to present you with your past master's badge and scroll, and I am delighted you are now the Deputy Master. One of my first duties today as Master was to convey on the outgoing clerk the title Clerk Emeritus, in recognition of 10 years staunch and transforming service, and to present him with his badge and scroll. During his tenure as the learned clerk, he has played a crucial role in the developing of the affairs of this company. He has steadfastly promoted and enhanced the standing of this company amongst its peers, its affiliates, and the City of London. He has served 10 masters, the court, wardens, and the committee chairman, all benefiting from his learned and attentive advice. And we have all savoured and enjoyed those magnificent dinners and functions he organised for us over those 10 years. He has left us with a legacy to be proud of. The pandemic has deprived Nigel of his well-deserved farewell celebrations with all those he has worked with, including our military affiliates, our 2 cathedrals, and particularly their choirs, the Prince's Foundation, our trade, and the corporation. The pandemic has also deprived our company of properly expressing our gratitude to Nigel at a function in his honour. So today, Nigel, our thanks appear to be less than fulsome, but that was never our intention and will be righted when circumstances allow. On behalf of all members of the company, I thank you for your service and wish you and Angela a long, happy and healthy retirement. Today we installed our new clerk, Colonel Garth Manger. For a military man, his timing could have been better, but perhaps it was timely. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. To become clerk in these uncertain times is a big commission. The role of clerk is an executive one, and it comes with many responsibilities, including help setting the strategic direction of our company. He is involved in all 3 entities of the company, the livery, the charitable trust, and Plasterers Hall Limited. Like his predecessor, the court will rely on his stewardship and wise counsel. I'm in no doubt he will lead us from the front, and we will be in safe hands. I'm looking forward to working with him during my year as master. On behalf of all our members, Garth, I welcome you into the company and I wish you well. I extend a warm plasterer's welcome to your wife, Rachel, who is with us today. It has been perplexing planning and replanning my year as master. I had not contemplated livery life as it currently is, with no clear pathway forward and certainly no clear pathway back to what it was, and a diary full of cancelled events. Our own livery calendar remains as it was, but expectations need to be managed because the large formal dinners we are used to may be some way off. But please be reassured, what becomes possible, we will make happen. That may mean in the short term, less formal and more socially distanced gatherings in our hall, supplemented by outside visits. But let us remain optimistic. Let's hope we can enjoy a traditional Christmas supper and carols in our hall. Unfortunately, the October dinner is too close to call at the moment. Seminars on Zoom will resume in September, but alternated with virtual gin and wine tastings. So please look out for information as these events get announced. My year as master, out of necessity, will focus on our livery company, its legacy, the future, and giving. The extent of our legacy is the measure of our responsibility to safeguard and celebrate it. We all share in the ownership of the future of our company, and giving is an essential part of livery life. We are all in this together. So my cry will be a call to arms and a call to alms, a call to all our members to volunteer and donate money or their services. We have all listened to the presentations made at Common Hall today. We know the pandemic has impacted adversely on all three entities of the company. Be in no doubt, these are indeed difficult times, but our predecessors were astute and careful in how they arranged the affairs of the livery, which means our future is secure, but we cannot afford to be complacent. The court, the clerk, and the directors of PHL together will make all necessary and prudent decisions to safeguard the assets of the livery. Our greatest legacy and asset is our hall. And during my year as master, we do have the opportunity to celebrate a very important anniversary. The 27th of May, 2021 marks the 50th anniversary of the laying of the foundation stone of Plasterers Hall. The ceremony that took place in 1971 was led by the then Lord Mayor of London. Next year, our banquet will be held on the 27th of May in celebration of that anniversary. We hope the present Lord Mayor will be our principal guest and speaker. During the 1971 ceremony, the prayer of dedication was offered by the then chaplain, past master, the Reverend Cuthbert Spurling. Martin Spurling became a freeman of the company today. The Spurling's family's connection with our company goes back over 200 years and has produced 9 masters. The legacy of the Spurling family resumed again today. In 2021, we will also celebrate another Hall of Fame, those past masters and members who are no longer with us, but who had vision and drive to build Plasterers Hall, and the present day members who were liverymen in 1971. It is sad that past Master Emeritus Derek Robinson, an architect involved in the project, only recently passed away. Please put that date in your diaries. Present day members who were liverymen then will be our very special guests. 3 of those present day members celebrate 50 years as liverymen today. Past Master Emeritus Brian Lincoln, Assistant Emeritus Graham Withers, and liveryman Dr. Godfrey Nicholas. Our congratulations, gentlemen, and we all look forward to you being amongst our special guests next year. This period of pause in our livery life is an ideal opportunity for us to plan for the future. I want to share with you this evening some initiatives which I hope will capture your imaginations and give you my support. Initiatives which require volunteers and donations, hence my call to arms and a call to arms. Our legacy and traditions pass from generation to generation, but it is the younger members who enrich the process by their vibrancy, spirit, and ambition. We need freshness of youth to revitalize and keep us relevant. In April this year, with the blessing of the membership committee, I canvassed all members aged 45 years and younger to determine if there was an appetite for a young livery group. The purpose of a young livery group is to give its members purpose, responsibility, and a voice, a seat at the table. I'm pleased to say our members have grasped the mettle, and it will be full steam ahead with this initiative. To begin with, it will be attached to the membership committee, but in time will function as a group in its own right, with the provision to have representatives on the committees of the company. This will advance progression of younger members within the company. So I now make a further appeal. I appeal to those young members who have not come on board so far to do so. Our apprentices will be encouraged to join this group. Since 2014, 13 young people with a connection to our company have bound themselves to a master at our robing ceremony for a period of not less than 4 years. At this year's robing ceremony, 3 of those young people, having successfully completed their apprenticeships, were admitted as freemen of the company. And at a later date, in a ceremony at the Guildhall, will gain the freedom of the City of London. A tremendous accolade and achievement for apprentices Casey Foster, Thomas Saul, and Sung Sung Morley, and a matter of immense pride for their masters. But we had no new apprentices at this year's robing. Why not? This is a tremendous opportunity for members to introduce their young relatives to the livery. All the young people who have embarked on this pathway to their freedoms have found it a very rewarding experience. I'm already in discussions with Liveryman Squadron Leader Chris Booty concerning the younger cadets at 282 Squadron. The apprenticeship route is an excellent pathway to the freedoms for exceptional cadets. The Young Livery Group and Functioning will be organising its own events and help to invigorate functions for all members. This pause in livery life provides us with an opportunity to prepare for the possibility of a long walk back to the formal livery dinners we are used to. We need to plan for less formal events in and away from our hall. So this is a call to arms to all members who do not necessarily serve on our committees, are not stewards or court members, but want to contribute. Age is no barrier to this. If you have an aptitude for planning and organising events and activities, or you just want to get involved, then please volunteer to be an eventer, to serve on a subcommittee attached to the Master and Wardens Committee. If you are in the travel industry, then you must get in touch. Just email the assistant clerk with the heading Eventer Volunteer, and she will add your name to a list and you will be contacted. We need to invigorate our giving. This is a call to arms to ideas people, members who have experience in charitable institutions or just want to help organise or take part in fundraising events. We need a dedicated team of charity ambassadors, and I need charity ambassadors to help me with my master's charity this year. In the current climate, it is going to be a massive challenge raising funds, but the cause should speak for itself and deserve our financial support. So email the assistant clerk with the heading Charity Ambassador Volunteer and wait for your call to arms. Over the next few weeks, I will be publicising my master's charity, the Children's Society, and a very special and challenging project, which has been in the making for over 12 months. The Children's Society is well known for its works in combating child poverty. However, a major part of the charity's work concerns disrupting the exploitation of children and people trafficked for the purpose of criminal exploitation and groomed for gang-related crime and violence. County lines criminality affects vulnerable children from all walks of life and does not have boundaries and has not gone away during the pandemic. Our giving will help support the work of a disruption exploitation worker on the front line, based in the London Borough of Newham, a borough this company already has strong links with. Some of our younger members have already agreed to help me raise funds for this charity, including 3 of our new freemen today, plus members on our membership committee and members of 282 Air Cadets. that connection just continues to give. A call to arms was made by me to the Plasterers' Lodge, who have responded magnificently. The Lodge has donated £1,000 to this project and have agreed to pay a similar amount each year for the next 3 years in support of the then Masters charities. These sums will be in addition to the individual donations made by its members to our charities. However, I hope you agree the cause does speak for itself, and I hope you will respond generously to my call to arms for the Children's Society. It is time now to call time on my speech and on this remarkable day in our livery calendar. I thank all our clerks for their work and their sheer determination to get this event up and running and live. I also want to thank many members who have sent me their good wishes today, and I've needed those good wishes. Today will be remembered as lockdown robing, but also I hope for the fact that we were able to make a virtue out of the virtual. Today we did experience legacy, progression, continuity, and the future, all things that unite and strengthen us. Sunshine penetrated into our hall today, a ray of hope for livery life as we remember it. We will meet again in fellowship and brotherly love. Root and branch, let us flourish forever. Thank you.